you might. Too much, 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 too many crabs in a barrel, but I'd rather hang around family and battle. It's too much, too many dripping in sauce, and I ain't hating on nobody, they can get lost. It's too much, trying to help a nigga out, the only thing they care about is internet cloud. It's too much, niggas sounding like each other and they all dead wrong, they don't even get along. Too much, you might. 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 Too much drip, you might slip. 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 Too much.
Up in the way, cause I don't play clown. Book, take that with you on the way down. Up in the way, cause I don't play clown. Book, take that with you on the way down.
I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal.
And what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, is the real world that our children live in, not the ideal one that we want them to live in, not this wonderful world that we pray that will come here one day, but the real world that they have to live in. You want to know why they're acting so crazy? You want to know why they're doing the things that they're doing? Because we have not prepared them to live in this real world. We have sent them through 12 years of school teaching them this dumb stuff that doesn't work, and when they go out and try to apply it and get killed for it, we are not there.
Me an animal. I eat a fake motherfucker like a cannibal. And I don't even understand how he got that far. Cause every time he write a rhyme, it's about his goddamn car. You know the top 10 hottest in the fucking game? Well, 8 of them niggas fucking lame. It's a fucking shame how y'all put them on a pedestal. But I figure you ain't got nothing better to do.
Pinky ring up to the moon. Ain't girl, I'm so damn into you. I'm done with these models and done with these bottles. Girl, I'm just trying to talk to you. We don't have to go to the room, but girl, best believe if we do. Like we getting hot, the body's my party, so you ever don't sound like the truth. And we can go as far as you want to, cause ain't nobody finna stop you. We ain't debumping out of this water. When we fornicating back at the Tahoe, then I remember go off on my phone. I pick up to you saying you home alone. I hop in the whip, and I ship the 6 on the wrist of your pistol, cause I know that it's going down tonight. Let's fuck it up now, this maybe go round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, and what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. With so many missed calls, I understand why you was pissed off. Let me explain for a minute before you start jumping to conclusion. I really don't understand what you doing this. Chill for a minute, let me explain this. I'm sorry for all the attention I ain't paying you. All of this time to give me brain, yeah, I paid it. The only one that do better than a man shit. Yeah, you baby, all day, baby. You be in my mom, best believe I ain't play you. Stay up on my grind just for you is what I'm saying. Make a move for you, be on my scripture on the daily. So maybe be less insecure, cause you the best and that I can ensure. Like Geico, when you progressive that I can't ignore. My A1, you my lady, and that's for sure, so stop it. Ready your head just to go and pop shit off. Also bitches that ain't even really jacking, dog. You tripping, baby, I ain't even got no options, though. And if I did, I'm in my pockets, you could bleed me. Oh, goddamn, you don't understand it. We ain't do what you be begging cause I'm damaged. You hit me down before I hit them blessings. You fucking up the ground like a bandit. Play vacation, motivation. Keep me in the studio, see deprivation. Got me going crazy, though. My body shaking. Think about that body and the love we making faces. We was meant to be together forever and ever, for worse or for better. And poor with each other, it don't matter. You was ruining my grind, and my pockets fat. A house with a glass, one of us get shut out tonight. Let's fuck it up now, just maybe go round, cause we in the clouds tonight. I'm trying to show you the time of your life, so girl, let you down tonight. Let's go a few rounds tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight. I'm lost in the sauce, so what's it gon' cost? It's for your size tonight. It's about to go down tonight. It's about to go down, it's about to go down tonight.
Sunday. Welcome to Shame Sunday, y'all. Mrs.SheSaid in the building. Harris Tribe Media Group on the ones and twos. How y'all doing this afternoon? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll give everybody a second to pull up and pop in. Shout out to everybody who's already here. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate y'all popping in. It's going to be a good one today. We're going to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Y'all see what's happening. Hulk, smash that like button. Appreciate your share with anybody who you think would appreciate this type of content. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about you. We're talking about you today. We're talking about you and you and you and you. We're talking about these kids. What's going on in our society. So, hold on, hold tight. If you're offended, apologize. If you're coming in pre-offended, that's on you. But welcome anyway. Take heed to the messages in the building. How you doing, sis? Good afternoon. Red Lipstick Vibes, where the vibe is always positive. Y'all pull up and pop in when she on. Vaughn Bryan is in the building. How are you today? Appreciate you joining us. Everybody is sharing the pleasantries. I appreciate y'all. Anytime through, please, any questions are welcomed. Appreciate y'all with all your comments, even the ones we ain't too fond of. It's all good. Come on in. Shame, shame, shame. It's a painful feeling. It's a painful feeling of humiliation, and it's caused by distress of your consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. A loss of respect or esteem and dishonor. A person's actions and or situations that bring a loss of respect and honor. To self, to family, to society as a whole. Take your pick. Shame. And here we like to show reflection. And we like to talk about it. Find some solutions, some strategies, maybe some tips to assist us with some of the dysfunctions that we see going on. Let's stop ignoring it because we're failing our children. Society is not looking that good. A lot of communities, schools are failing. There's no aid for the children, no resources. And parents, we're absent. Y'all are absent out there. Working full time, taking an hour to and from work, that's pretty absent. Even when you're present, it's absent. We have to consider that. So a lot's been going on in this, society, a lot of agenda, making that a lot of you are not aware of. But it's been happening right under your nose. When they put the lies right in front of you, this shows how delusional we are, the lack of attention we pay, especially to our children. Shout out to the car horn going off. But it's important. It's important for us to start paying more attention to these kids because the world we live in has more of an agenda for them than you think. Hubby's show yesterday was very, very awesome. Good, almost 6-hour stream with quite a few gentlemen building on knowledge and the destruction of the Black man, some history points, and striving from the 60s when breaking down the Black Panther Party and all that they were doing in our communities, for our families and uplifting us, giving more knowledge, inspiring and motivating us to be better and do better, and especially advocate for ourselves as well as our children. But you see what they did with those gentlemen. It's simple. Take them out of the picture and leave us without men around. Good leaders, strong leaders, men who have ideas and creative thought to change our then situations. So not only did they murder a lot of our heroes, they created a social service system for us ladies to be more dependent on them as our daddy and our father for our children than the men who created them. It's a system. It's an agenda. It has been happening. Do your research. I'm not going to sit here and, give you all of my resources. Do your own research. But I've been a teacher and I've went to school to get an education for early childhood instruction. And it was a pivotal time for me. Because not only did I grow up in the public school system, I watched my brothers grow up in the public school system. I watched my nieces and nephews grow up in the public school system. Foster children grow up in the foster system, as well as our children going to the same, public school education indoctrination systems. But while I was in school, there was certain parts of it that I came home and would always discuss with my husband, especially when it got to us as teachers being taught to label these children. The criteria of ADD and ADHD was very present, giving us these, rating scales to actually, present in classrooms, to pay more attention to your children's behaviors than educating them. It was amazing to me. So I said to my husband, I appreciate this because it's helping me to better have more patience with my children, find better strategies to teach them, knowing the psychological difference in all of them and knowing they need me in different ways. But it was very pivotal because the drugs that's pushed in our society to our babies are affecting them. And, I posted in my story a couple of days ago, this book I got, Prescription Alternatives. This book was copywritten in 2003. So this is 20 years later from this, the entrance of this book. It's a lot of information in there. A lot of information in there. A lot of alternatives to these drugs, especially for our children. And a lot of it is us, y'all. It's us, the environment we provide for them, the structure and organized, creative environments we provide for them, the healthy, nutritious foods that we provide for them. Teaching and modeling those good behaviors is very important because children are children. They're very active. They don't want to sit still. But if they were preoccupied with activities and things to occupy that, those needs for soothing, a lot of these behaviors probably wouldn't exist. But again, we are a society of after, maternity leave, we're thrusting our children into other people's care right away, even if it's family, not leaving any type of structure of what to do with this said child, especially if you had a regular routine, because families don't like that. Don't tell me what to do with this child. Like I ain't raised kids before, but this is my child. It's certain things that we do with our children that I may not want you to do. So, advocating for your children, having some type of standards and values set when it comes to raising your children. All through this book, I didn't see any drugs besides, multivitamins, supplements. That's it. Everything else is our behavior, the structure that we provide for them at home, the nutritious foods, all of the over-processed foods that our children are ingesting is affecting them, y'all. It's affecting everything, their immune system, their brains, their hearts. We have to care more than everybody else. You have to care more than everybody else. We can't keep just saying our children are fat because our family is fat. It's not right. It's not okay. And it's not correct. Good behavior, good habits you can model. And that's eating healthy, providing healthy choices, beginning with that, but our kids are so, child, we give them everything, chips and candy and McDonald's and, fast food and microwave food and anything that's easy. I call America sexy, lazy, and put some cheese and bacon on it. Sexy, lazy, put some cheese and bacon on it. And our kids are growing up here. In this, we're doing this. Just look around you. Look in your kids' school. Look at the kids. They have nothing to do but idle time and be on electronics. It's very unhealthy. And when this book was out, they had no studies on what these things are going to do to these children. Besides, fuck them up psychologically and make them into drug addicts. And who knows what it's doing to their hormones It's amazing. And I'm going to sit up here and blame all of us, all of you, for not paying attention to your children and expecting others to do that. You know, when doctors and, you know, these counselors, and you take your children to go be evaluated, it's really just their opinion. It's their opinion. You're telling them the behaviors of your child, and they're going down a list. And if your child checks off a certain number, your child is considered to have these issues. And you may be issued some drugs. You have to consider your behavior in your child's behavior. The environment that they're in, the lack thereof of present people, of family, activities, outside play, climbing trees, playing in the dirt, being active. And we expect our children to sit still for 6 hours in the classroom. Like, you know, human nature wants us to move about. You are to move about. There was a time when children 2, 3, and 4 were getting up early in the morning with the parents, going to get them eggs from up under them chickens, had chores. Our kids are lazy. We're creating this. We're creating this, y'all. It's not hard to implement more chores, more duties for them. Like, they have to fall in line. Their asses is getting fed. They got a comfortable place to sleep. They got Wi-Fi. All the things that many of us didn't have. And they need to know, and it needs to humble their ass. You need to put them in place. Take your role as parents. We need to get back to that. Because when I looked in this book and I did my research, it said children don't have discipline. I didn't know it was something called DADD. Dad Attention Deficit Disorder. Are you kidding me? That's what it is. You take the dads out the home, there's no discipline. Because we all over the fucking place with work and our new lives and our new man and our hair and our makeup and going out. We're not really that concerned about our children. So, you know, there's a lack of discipline there. We have to admit that. Be accountable. Accountability is very important, ladies. It's very important. Our children need us, because when we don't hold ourselves accountable, they look at it. They watch us not hold ourselves accountable over and over again, right in their face. We lie right in their face. You don't even realize they're watching. They're watching you. They're watching you lie to people. They're watching you put on a front on who you are, this nice, kind person. And then behind closed doors, they ain't getting no goddamn attention. We creating a lot of this, and then we hand them off and pawn them off to some therapists who don't know shit about our child and let them label them and prescribe drugs. That's really going to affect them later. Y'all don't know what these drugs is doing to them. Do your research. Look at some of the children who have, you know, it's 20 years later. It's a lot of kids who were affected by this. They have stories. Do your research before you just, you know, give these drugs to your children. Consider the natural alternatives, and that means a better, clean environment. You speaking kind and positive words into your child. Better, healthy food choices. Even if you don't eat it, present them to them. So, you know, it's on us to create these healthy habits. I might have ran on a rant, but it was amazing to me.
This is a work of art.
You know, I knew, but it's there. It's right there. And Google didn't take me there. This book had so much. Wow. So it's always been a purpose of me just picking up particular books, because when I always have, you know, some research and I need to do, it's not that hard to find, especially when you have it in your house. And when it comes to these kids, I wanted to know, because again, we were foster parents. And when they want to give these drugs to these kids, I'm like, well, let's try to lessen it and you know, see how just the environment change is gonna do. And it worked. Sometimes we have to change our own behavior. Shout out to Super Nanny 911. A lot of that helped. Have somebody come in your house and watch you and your family. You know, it might not be your children. It's absolutely you, the parents. Be accountable for yourself. Okay, let's stop drugging up our kids. Oh, man. The APA included the 3 symptoms of inattentiveness, impulsivity, and hyperactivity into a single list of symptoms and did not identify subtypes. of the disorder. Again, are children meant to just be still? When we was kids, they used to say we had ants in our pants. Literally. I remember when we went anywhere, I'm almost like, this girl got ants in her pants. Can't keep still. Many of these children are very, very intelligent. They need more. They need to test their mind. You know, they need challenges. You always have that kid in class who just gets done with stuff quick. They're not entertained. It's too easy. You have to notice that. And you have to provide that for that said child. They're not doing that anymore with our kids. If you don't sit and you don't stay in line, your ass is going to have a counseling session and see if we can get you on some drugs. We can calm you down and dumb you down a little bit. And more so the boys. Boys, not the girls, the boys. You know they're different, right? Boys and girls. It's a little easier for us to sit down and journal and doodle and nails. And, boys want to pounce and jump off of things and climb stuff and, break things and burn. They're learning the world. They're men. They're going to be men one day. This is what they do to learn the world. We do it a little differently, just a little. Not everybody, of course, right? Disclaimer, not everybody. Because our son didn't do all that jumping around and, he didn't, smart. He wanted to read and, play video games and shit. But the majority, they can't keep still. They don't want to. They want to learn the world around them. And we hold them stuck in a house that's dirty, don't have no activities to do. Of course they're going to be acting a fool. So they want your attention. Any attention is good. Even if I'm getting yelled at least I got her to yell at me, bitch. Get an ass whooping going right in the room laughing like, got her mad now. Y'all don't even know. It's unique. I got a couple of videos for y'all. A couple of things I came across during the week. Yeah, don't forget to say not all, sis. I saw that. Don't forget to say that. Of course, man. Of course. I got the social experiment. This has been going on. I've been doing this for years. It's so many out there. I just want you to see the difference because this is real. This is just one, but most of the time it goes like this. It's an unfair world and you guys need to see how it's handled. Let's go with the social experiment one, this one.
Everyone to listen, one! Yo, what are you doing? That's my kid. That's my kid. That's my kid. Mind your own business. Listen, that's my kid. Hit kids. You all mind your business. Do that to kids. Listen, you don't fucking hit kids. Why you misbehaving in class? Huh? Why you misbehaving in class? Huh? Why you misbehaving? Give me that. Give me that. Why you misbehaving in class, huh? 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 That's my son.
So the men of color, black men, they run to the rescue pretty goddamn quick. It's like when they jumped in, a white man will jump. But I've watched a lot of these over the years, and our black men are out here protecting. I don't know what y'all seeing.
That's my son. Mind your business. Mind your business. That's my son.
Mind your business.
That's my son. No, come over here.
Hey!
Get up!
A lot of reactions to, you see what it says. Everyone reacted to the white family abusing a child.
Why you misbehaving in school so much, huh? Why you misbehaving in school so much? Why can't you act right? Why you gotta be that so long, man?
Get out. Get out.
Why you acting up at school? Why you misbehaving, yo? Huh? You want me to beat you up? Huh? Why don't you keep behaving in school? Why? Why can't you pay attention in school? Stop misbehaving in class. Pay attention. I'm sick of it. They call me every day. Every day they call me. Why you gotta misbehave? Why? Why do you have to misbehave? Why do you have to misbehave? Stop misbehaving every day, huh? Huh? Why do you gotta call me every day from school, huh? Why do you gotta call me every day from school? Why can't you behave, huh? Why can't you behave, huh? Why can't you behave, huh? You gonna behave? You gonna behave?
Yeah, he took a belt off. Is there a discrepancy here? Society doesn't care about our boys, let alone our men. So do we think a young black boy deserves that type of discipline, whereas a young white boy doesn't deserve that type of discipline in our society? So many people out. But when I look through the comments, you know, the pussies pretty much what they had to say was that, you know, the scenario of the black man, you know, he has a bigger stature, you know, his tone was, you know, more fearful versus the white man, you know, he wasn't that big and, you know, so it was easier for them to jump in and blah, 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 blah. But he was actually more forceful with that white child. Yeah. Y'all see what it is? This is a repetitive thing. This is not nothing that's new. These types of scenarios have always been placed in our society as social experiments. What would you do? You know, our guy had that on for many years, running that show, and it used to be amazing. You know, so it does exist. You know, we're not willing to speak up for everybody as a whole human race. We're not, even when it comes to the kids. And this one is unique. You know, I always talk about domestic violence against men. There's a lot of it. You know, we're living in a society where women actually, you know, are very forceful. They know that there are a lot of men that will not hit them back, you know, especially if they're really big. They'll try to subdue or push them away or even leave. But you have some women who are verbally, physically, emotionally aggressive and abusive.
Need to be right. Fire, hellfire in the mouth, woman.
It exists. And the statistics are kind of equaling. It's really not that big of a difference. So when we try to make it seem like our men are out here ogres just beating up on women, no. There's a lot of women who create some horrible dynamics and men try to run away from it. So, you know, we're going to get a little view and see how it is. It's amazing.
I wasn't. Listen, don't talk to God. Listen! Why are you talking? I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
What are you doing?
Oh, chill. Yo, we're filming. We're filming. Look,
You all right?
we're filming a social experiment. Look.
You okay?
We're just raising awareness. We're just filming, bro. No, we're filming a social experiment. It's cool, man. Thanks for raising awareness, man. We're filming a social experiment for domestic violence. Thanks a lot, man.
YouTube, right?
Yeah.
YouTube? Yeah? I know, it's a prank type. They do stuff like that.
Yeah. We're just filming
I don't know about you, but
He's about to attack you right now, too.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, though,
Hey, not a problem,
for
man.
saying something, you know? Thank you guys for saying. Look, we're filming. Thank you guys for saying.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Listen, thank you for saying something. We're filming. We're filming on social. We're just raising awareness for domestic violence.
You cheating on me again? You texting that girl again, huh?
I wasn't cheating at you.
I saw that picture too.
I wasn't cheating at you.
Stop on the ground.
I wasn't cheating on you.
Serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on, bro. Don't do that shit to me.
Look at Chaotic Truth coming in to sneak a punch. Shout out to Chaotic. That wasn't him. I'm just playing. Yeah. They're coming to the rescue they adding to it. Did you see that? Did you see that? Do you see that? People are smiling. Look at their faces. They're actually enjoying the man being abused, whether he cheated or not. Bitch, leave. You understand? These people think this shit is funny, and it's not.
Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Come on, bro.
You don't do that shit to me.
Why are you hitting me for? Why are you hitting me for?
Talking him like.
You can't make this shit up.
Nobody needs to speak up about that. Nobody needs to speak up about that. We don't see the double standard. Do you see the double standard? Nobody jumps to the rescue of men or boys. We're handing them over. We're pawning them over to all kinds of drugs. Can't even keep our environments safe and tidy enough for many of them. DADD. Dad, attention, deficit, disorder. It's a thing. Take the dad out the house, you take away discipline. Not to say many women can't discipline their children, but a dad's discipline is absolutely needed and necessary. It's very important. It's very important for boys to see a man love a woman, especially his mother. It's very important for a young boy to have some structure, for a young boy to have a space to run and be wild and trees to climb and be inspired to do that, motivated to have activities, be creative, read, meditate, yoga. So many of these things will help our boys instead of putting them on some drugs. Good role models, good mentors, male mentors. And it's not hard to go search. See a good businessman in your community, vet him. Find out if he's a good person. There's some men out there that will mentor your damn children. You're not even vetting that. Y'all just want to do what y'all want to do. You get me a new boyfriend. It's supposed to be about these kids when we choose to have them. And we got to get more focus on that because the ADHD is amazing, running rampant, and majority is our boys. It's not just designated to our Black boys, period, here in America. It's amazing. ADHD cases began to climb significantly in the 90s. There may be a few potential factors behind the risk in diagnosis. It's a lot. Doctors were able to diagnose ADHD more efficiently. More parents were aware of ADHD and reporting their children's symptoms. More children were actually developing ADHD. I think they're developing it. It's like once it was like a ring ding dong to parents' ears. Oh, I knew it was something wrong with this kid. And some children do have some issues, but we can work through natural remedies. And it's absolutely diet, environment, diet, school issues, stress, bullying, so many things. And if you're not around and you don't know, you won't know. The kids will not come home and tell you. There's a lot of children who do not come home and tell that there's something going on at school. They admit it years later. Yeah, you don't know when I was in this grade. And he's like, why you didn't say nothing? Some kids, it's really, really bad. So it takes us to be more aware of our children. Stop pawning them over to teachers and counselors and psychiatrists and psychologists. Talk to your own damn kid. Keep that open space of communication from little. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, they ask a lot of questions. They want to know a lot. And if you keep them involved, you let them have the ability to learn the world around them touching things, moving around, jumping off shit, they're going to fall. They're going to fall. They're going to slide down the steps and hurt themselves. Like, it's no joke. We cannot keep them in that much control. You really can't. You can't control little humans. Give them some dirt to play in. It's okay. You know, mess up their Jordans and shit. Like, don't scuff your shoe. Really? This is where y'all at. Understanding the ability to understand something, comprehend, aware of other people's feelings, tolerant and forgiving. Understanding is very important. It's hard for people to learn that. But when you choose to bring children into this world, it is your first priority to be the first on deck. You know the most about your child. And if they are that way, you created this dynamic by the environment that they came up in. We all don't have a perfect environment, but we need to be conscious of it. And if you see that it's, you know, creating distress, discomfort, irritability in your child, you should change it. We do that when they're infants, right? Oh, don't want to be there, right? And then you just stop. Y'all just stopping. They need it. Please. Oh my goodness. Let's see what else we got.
Changed my mind. I've been really confused over the last 5 years as to why we spend 45 minutes to an hour of every public meeting talking about how great everyone is and how great everything is in the schools. And now I've figured it out. I figured it out because all these people came here to defend you all from hurtful words. This is obnoxious. Let me just say, there is one goal for the educational system. It should be to prepare children to enter careers to be productive members of society. It is not a counseling session. It is not a self-help area. It is not somewhere to find yourself, and we should not be led by the children, for goodness sake.
I ain't the only one saying it. A lot of these homes are children-led. To extreme amount of options of what they're going to eat because they're picky eaters. Man, listen, better take your control back. They're going to be out here deficient, immune problems, concentration, overweight, obese. Like, you know, we create this dynamic. So we have to be accountable for what it's doing to our children. But there are people speaking up in these city council hall meetings about how the schools are creating a whole different agenda for our children. And you're not even aware. And that's what they do. The whole first hour, they all compliment each other. Hey, you know, you look good. All right now. Da, 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 I got this. I got that. Me. To stop from being held accountable. Because they don't want to hear what she's about to say. Of course, they're going to want to dismiss her. But y'all listen, because she sounds familiar. Sounds familiar, Shame Sunday.
Not somewhere to find yourself, and we should not be led by the children, for goodness sake. The children are called dependents for a reason. They depend on us who have fully developed brains. You cannot feel your way through life. The issues that we are talking about, we are bringing you statistics. We are talking about scholastics. We are talking about funding. We are talking about busing. We are talking about trying to figure out how to make our children be as successful as possible. And I am sure that that is your goal. And what we have been called tonight is what they're claiming that we're saying to children. We're having an adult conversation. There are not children in this room. We aren't going into the schools and calling them names. They call us Marxists and hateful and bigots and everything else under the sun. Well, let me tell you, less than 5% of the entire population of North Carolina identifies as LGBTQ. You guys all claim you want democracy. Well, you know what democracy is? It's the majority plus one. It's 50 plus 1. You know what? More than 50% of the people in this state claim that they believe in God, Almighty God, who made us male and female, God who made marriage between a man and a woman, God who said that we must protect our children. The fact that we can stand up here and we can brag about all of the wonderful graduations, but we know the statistics. 50% of children did not pass their end of grade tests. What are we celebrating? We have children coming up here telling us how horrible the mental health crisis is. Why? Most of us went to public school, and all of our peers.
What do you guys think so far? We all went to public school. So we're just not paying attention to what's happening. You guys are really busy. We are really busy. We're too busy for our children. Because they are. It's a lot of celebrating going on over there. A lot of celebrating, spending lots of money on dresses and makeup and shoes and the cars for the fellas. And I mean, fresh. Can they read? Can they read? Did they pass? It's a lot of high scholars. Shout out to y'all, but many in our cities, in our districts, are not capable, have not met the the state requirements, and they're still graduating. So these administrators, they do sit around and kudos themselves. They enjoy their big fat checks while the teachers are scrounging to pay their bills. This is what they do behind closed doors. Check out your own city. Please, every month. It's usually a Wednesday. The first Wednesday of the month in your school district. They have meetings. Find out where yours is when it's being held. Because, it's free. You can go.
How horrible the mental health crisis is. Why? Most of us went to public school, and all of our peers are not in mental health crises. We have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to our children? I'm going to say we are discussing things with them that they are not emotionally, intellectually, and morally able to handle. That is what is causing the anxiety. That is what is causing the depression. That is what is causing the confusion. We need our children to be able to be children, to be able to be innocent, to be able to enjoy childhood and not know all of the drama and all of the difficulties in adult life. That is what we want. We want our children to be able to read and write and to think for themselves, and we demand that the children who fear God are protected in your schools.
Okay. Protection for the children. Protect the children. The children of God, protect them. Protect them. You got to be present to protect them, y'all. You got to be present. So it's people out there doing the fight. Find them, get involved. Find where your skills and abilities can be utilized for everybody. Because it's not just your children. Your children are going to grow up and mate. If you stay in your city or go to any other city, they're going to mate with another counterpart. And you have no idea what kind of Ritalin they got, Adderall, if they're sterile. Shit is real. Your daughters need mates. Whether they choose it or not, they're going to go out there and be fucking. Come on. It's inevitable. We know it. Whether they using it for the good or they doing it for the dirty. It is what it is. Not many of them going to be asexual, meaning they don't want to have sex at all. It's not something they want to do. Being present is very important, especially now in today's society. They create all this, the obstacles for us as parents to where we're not present. All this fun and be happy and the excitement of, outside and trips. And we leave our kids. We leave them to raise each other. They're angry. They're unhappy. Hormone filled. You have no idea your daughter's fluctuations of hormones. She's mean, bitter, chip on her shoulder and shit. We got to pay attention to these things. You even have some of the aides at school who care for your children more than you. because they have to come to you and tell you that your child is in distress. Say, listen, I've been building with your child and this is what's going on. You're offended by it versus choosing that person to assist you in creating some strategies, maybe some tips to help with the child that they've grown to learn. Don't take it as an offense. Don't be pre-offended, being judged about your parenting. I mean, it is that, but don't take it like that. When others show that they care for your children, you should absolutely, I shouldn't even have to tell you that. But again, a lot of us come into certain situations very pre-offended. And that's your own guilt and your own shame, eating your ass up, knowing that you could have did better. But, I just tried to do the best I can. You should have did better. So now that we know, especially the ones of us who didn't have present elders, positive, good, quality, we got the blueprint of what not to do. But we also inspire to be the people that we didn't have for our younger groups coming up. And we got to try to, be inspired to do that. Can't show them all the bad without showing them the good. And there are good men out there. They are. Have to promote that some, go to the Green Flags show and, check out some qualities. There's some good characteristics. If you don't know, you can learn. Learn for yourself what's valuable in a characteristic of the opposite sex. You. All right. So that was about the schools. So again, you got to pay attention because there is an agenda. If you didn't get the beginning of the show, you can go back and watch me do my little rant. Because there's always been an agenda, especially against our beautiful brown men everywhere in this country. Been doing them such a disservice. So, let's listen to Dr. Umar real quick. Speak on the whole ADD, ADHD situation.
ADHD. Sure. A lot of people, they like to use these labels. The doctors, the teachers give them these labels, and they just hold them like holier than thou. My child got ADHD, and so let's speak on what it is, the facts behind it, because everyone wants to be like, oh, my child have ADHD, or I got ADHD. Like, they just speak this stuff in their life.
ADD was invented by the American Psychiatric Association in 1980. No coincidence. Same year the CIA dropped off crack cocaine in the black community. They started drugging up the adults and the children at the same time.
I sure did.
But there was a problem, Tasha. No drug can make you pay attention in the classroom. So in 1987, they added an H. In attention deficit disorder became attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. There was no hyperactivity in the original name. Right. They added the H in 1987 to justify medication for all diagnosed children. So now, even if you are not hyper, you just don't pay attention, you're still considered ADHD. You see that? I'm not even hyper, I just don't pay attention. Wow. But because they put an H, I'm automatically considered hyper too, even though I'm not, to do what? Justify the medication.
I mean, they find all the justifications, we give it to them. Not realizing that the environment, our children's behavior is this way because of the environment we are creating for them. It absolutely is real. This book is 20 years old and everything he said is what they said in here. I'm gonna read something to you. What are the long-term effects of drugging children with medicines that alter their neurotransmitter activities, carry very real potential for addiction and overstimulation of their brains? No one knows. And where did this disease come from anyhow? Why hadn't anyone heard of this 20 years ago? And why is it suddenly affecting 10% of American boys between the age of 6 and 18? You know what? The answer is a shocking one. ADHD is a fabrication.
She rolled for that, baby.
Again, in 1980, a group of psychiatrists sat down together at an American psychiatric convention and brainstormed a list of 18 common behavior problems seen in children, including inattention, hyperactivity, impulsivity. They decreed that a child who had 6 of the problems on their list would, from that point forward, be diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. In 1987, hyperactivity was added to this so-called disease's name. Fabrication, not real. Take care of your damn kids. Give them a better environment to live in. We are not perfect, but we can do better. We need to do better for our kids. Goddamn shit. The fuck? It got to be like 6, 7, 8 damn drugs out there that I have seen these kids be given over the last 30 years. Imagine what it's doing to them, y'all. They're not well. They're not well, especially if we've been popping them in them from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 through puberty. Boys go through puberty. Oh my goodness. And when I look at all these drugs and I look at all the alternatives, it's always just food, y'all. It's food. It's food. And, you know, the basic supplements of like vitamins, multivitamin. All the nutrients we need, it comes from the earth. Not even from animals. Sorry. Don't have to eat meat, but you can, whatever. It's up to you. So this knowledge is important. It's really important. Because the children are our future, you know, and we are the first nourishers of these babies. It's our job. Nobody else is around. It's our job. It's something that we care about all day. What are we going to have for breakfast? What's for lunch? What's for dinner? Consider a snack. Send them out to school, pack a lunch. A lot of y'all do it. We are the nourishers. So if we're filling them with over-processed food, it's fucking up their brains. It's fucking up their immune system. It's messing them up. And there was a time we fought for excluding the additives and the preservatives out of our foods. It's a lot of countries where that shit ain't tolerated. It's not acceptable. You can't even get it. Sorry, the boxed macaroni and cheese, sorry, can't get that in Canada. They banned walkers in Canada. Can't have no walker. Babies can't have walkers. You know why? It's not because they malfunction, because parents don't pay attention and the kids fall down the damn stairs and they want to blame the walker company. So they said, you know what, you're not paying enough attention to your kids. So we're going to ban these things. But here in America, we love it. We like the easy, lazy, sexy. It's easy. Pop some shit in the microwave here. Get this canned beefaroni here. Fucking noodles up the wazoo here. Eat that. Take it. Y'all, come on, man. They can't think right. At least give them the options. Give them the options. They tell you what you want. You heard what she said? Y'all children are leading your homes. Fuck the man leading the home. Y'all letting the kids lead the home. That's what's happening.
Somebody told me this, and I know this to be true. Your kitchen is supposed to be your hospital for your family. What kind of hospital your mama gave you? Little babies eating McDonald's fries all week.
I like that. That's a cold saying right there.
It's the truth. Your kitchen is supposed to be the hospital for your family.
I wish I'd have learned that when I was 6 and 7. It took me 20. It took me to 20, really 20, 23, right before I had my first child. Everything kicked right in as soon as I got pregnant. Pow. No meat. I was like, 3-4 months. Our body talks to us. And I'm telling them, like, I noticed that every time these babies didn't want no meat, it took me a minute. I'd cry eating a burger. Like, So gradually, the growth and development of my mind, the understanding of nature and the things that my body really needs to, push forward and push through for longevity. Yeah. Habits begin to change. Nothing happened overnight. I didn't get here overnight. I'm to the point where I don't even want no more meat. I'm so just, but everybody can't get here. But we have to provide that, at least the options for our children. When they're little, like, how do they know they don't like fruits and berries? I don't like that. I don't like that. How you know? Because when they babies, all you got to do is put it in the blender and here, try that. Shake it up, put it in the bottle, cut bottle tip hole a little thick so you got a little smoothie. Always add a little honey to something, make it taste sweeter. All you got to do is put a little honey in there. Tricks of medicine, tricks of, just putting anything, make it icy. Fruit smoothie, any type of, juicing, make it icy, put it in there, get the nutrients some way. Well, we got to provide better because let's finish with Umar.
You see that? I'm not even hyper. I just don't pay attention. But because they put an H, I'm automatically considered hyper too, even though I'm not. To do what? Justify the medication.
So now when they put these children on the medication, what is supposed to be the purpose of the medication?
The medication forces you to calm down.
To get them high.
And to get them high and focus.
Yeah.
But what it really does is it comatoses the brain. It puts you in a Frankenstein state.
Okay.
You're so sedated that you're sleeping all day, or you're tired all day, or you're hungry all day, or you're delirious all day. And the side effects of the medication actually work against education because it messes with organ function. It can cause suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts, tic disorder, schizophrenia, balding, growth problems, sexual dysfunction, not to be vulgar, premature ejaculation.
Y'all hear the future for your boys with these drugs? And it's so much more. I have like 2 pages in this book I can read. There's a lot. But you think the therapists are going to say that? And for some people, yes, but there's a small percentage. They don't have enough study. So when it comes to our children, a changed environment, our changed attitude towards our said child, it creates difference. It absolutely. And that's where patience comes in. And this is where the nurturing of us mothers need to be present. Patience. These children didn't get that way overnight. They've been watching you 3-4 years. From the time they come out, they pay a lot of attention. They learn to get by you. They learn your triggers, all of that. I get that from parents a lot. Child know how to push my buttons, Why you got easy buttons to push by a child? Yeah, it's a lot of feeling and emotion going on when it comes to the kids. We got to move a little bit more logical when it comes to these babies, man. They can't see y'all acting a goddamn fool. I don't want to grow up, 'cause baby, if I did. And then not creating some type of dialogue behind the behavior. Oh, because they paying attention. They got their own perception of why your ass acting like that. It's smart. They're very smart.
Growth problems, sexual dysfunction, not to be vulgar, premature ejaculation, infertility. I mean, I don't think black parents really understand that after you give this pill to your son or daughter for 5, 10, 15 years, they'll never be normal again.
Specifically, black parents, we don't understand. You don't understand. Learn to understand this before you go off and do this with your children. At least try the natural alternatives, which is the environment, and get everybody involved. Everybody cleans up. We reorganize everything, create a clear space, find the nearest parks where the child can run and act a fool, run outside in the morning so he can get that exerted energy out, and then teach some type of yoga, sit down, some meditation music. If everybody does it, they'll fall in line.
This is a work of art.
Sometimes if you don't pay no attention to the behaviors while they're doing it, they may just fall in line. They see that they're not getting a reaction. And that's not going to work with all children, but it's a way to deal with that, to de-escalate that child from acting a fool. Because if you got 3 people laying down doing yoga and we're all trying, child is going to see that nobody is entertained by the bullshit. And hopefully they will fall in line. And it might take a couple of times to doing it. So, repetitiveness, consistency is important. Absolutely lazy parenting. We don't even want to find out the tips and the strategies to do better. And it's for them. Those drugs are very harmful for them. So imagine the men over the last 40, 50 years who have been, ingesting these things. A lot of them have, now presence of drug addiction, sterilization, impotency, balding, all kinds of shit. So think about your children's future when you start with these drugs and women with the birth control. Consider that as well when we're rushing because we think they're fucking to go put them on some birth control. Look at the hormones that's given. Pay attention. Now we teach a little bit more and educate about their bodies, fertility, ovulation, and these things. They will have the knowledge to make better decisions versus just saying, here, I don't want you to do it, but if you do it, here's the birth control. And not realizing that these things can affect them in a negative way as well in their future.
For 5, 10, 15 years, they'll never be normal again. They'll never function again at all. And the biggest thing they need to understand is that all of the diagnoses are professional opinions.
Yeah, so it's no facts behind it.
It's no facts behind it.
No facts.
He wrong for that, baby.
It's real. You go over a list and they do a rating scale. And if you hit a whole bunch of them cues, they'll label your child. They'll label you as well.
Where the fuck you get off talking to people about me behind my back going over my head?
What people?
What people would you think I wasn't going to find out?
My analysis, my assumption, it is my hypothesis, it is my conclusion. No blood test, no CAT scan, no x-ray, no MRI, no urine sample. There is no objective measure taken to prove that a child has ADHD.
I hear that? It's none. And it's true. There's none. There's none. There's none. And we willingly hand our children over to these pharmaceuticals for test studies, because that's what they are. It's absolutely what they are. And an agenda to, sterilize them. Yeah. Pay attention. The man is speaking facts right now.
It is an opinion and a Wall Street drug money hustle.
And it is a drug that's being given to the child. The same drug that the dad got locked up for.
Exactly.
selling.
How can it be a war on drugs? Help me understand this. America incarcerates the largest amount of black people in the world. Largest amount of people in the world. I believe 25% of all prisoners are in America, right? Most of the men are there for what? Non-violent drug-related offenses. How can you build a mass incarceration system off of black men selling narcotics when you're giving their children narcotics to get an education? Is that not the epitome of a contradiction?
This is where we at. This is where we at in our society. The more you know, the better decisions, the better choices you can make. And that's where I'm at. I just want to put this forth in front of you so you can see it. And if you have had children who, were prescribed these things, look at your child now in the present. There's no test, there's no urine, no blood, none of that. It's all off of observation. And if it's just a therapist observing your child and they're going off of what you tell them, you're the problem. Some of you. You have to look at the environment that you are creating for your child. You have created what has transpired up until that time. Because something's going on. Food. Absolutely the food. These kids cannot think straight. They're not learning anything. Their wires are all wish-wash, crossed and everything. Because of the over-processed food. Saturated fats and the sugar. So we need to be more proactive with them. So it's on us to make better choices. You know, shame on you. Shame. Schools are overstepping. And that was the video with the woman earlier. They're absolutely overstepping. They're doing a lot with our kids without our permission. So when we say children are leading homes, they are. They're leading schools too. Some schools really do have an agenda. Some communities have an agenda. And it's being reflected on our children. There was a time it was what, 1 in 100? Now you got 1 in 10 who are confused or looking to change pronouns and all of this stuff. As young as 5, 6 years old. Schools promoting and pushing gender confusion amongst the children. They're hiding your children. They're allowing your children to hide it. They'll ask them, do you feel like a little boy? Do you feel like a little girl? You know, it's okay if you do that here, type shit. Parents are speaking up. It's coming to the forefront now. It's being exposed, to say the least. Again, your presence is going to ensure that your children are coming up in a safe environment. It's not trying to force an identity on them. Okay? Because they're being raised in your house. The foundation should be set from you. Sexuality, identity, all of these things, biology, anatomy of the body really needs to come from home. They need to know these things before they go to school. Right? They need to know they have a penis. They need to know they have a vagina and breasts and, you know, consent. People ain't supposed to touch you. It's just certain things that we can really teach our children and instill very young. Very, very young. Especially them knowing your name. You're not mommy. You have a name. They should know it. Teach them that. Okay? Some lessons are needed because everybody doesn't know. Women, y'all are getting fed up really quickly with these kids, choosing to have them. And as they get older, I'm tired. It's just too much. I mean, fuck that. They still there. You still got to do it. You still got to do it. No matter how tired you are. Or.
Can I punch your daughter?
No, please don't punch my daughter.
Okay. I will.
Oh. You know, that's what the world is going to do. That's what the world will do. Can't send them out there acting a damn fool because everybody ain't going to walk away. Everybody ain't going to be as cordial. Everybody ain't going to show that much consideration and empathy for your goddamn child. Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, daddies come to the rescue, man. They be coming to the rescue. I love a lot of the fathers that I follow, you know, a lot of the families I follow, you know, who promote daddy presence, you know, so our children don't end up with DADD. Because it's a thing. It really is. Mr. Arthur Woodson.
Joseph, what they be doing at the school?
They give me all. They just give me dresses. I wear pants. I'm a man. So after I do that, they just give me dresses.
And all other kids, do all the other kids be putting on the dresses too?
Yeah. All over in the world. Kaylee, Kylie, everyone.
What they do? What you say that do to your mind?
It's messing my mind up.
Because they doing what?
Put a dresses on. So I wear a man. I can fireman truck on. I'll be a police. That's everything I got.
That's right, son. What I teach you in the home? To be a man, right?
Yeah, you be a man. So you have to do stuff you want to do. Then give me a man.
Right. So when I dress you, do I dress you like a boy?
Yeah. You see?
And then they hand you a what?
A dress.
I said that's wrong, right?
Yeah. I gotta teach those kids how to play me. Cause they don't play.
Right. I love you, sir.
I love you. So, can you teach me how to play me? Cause I'm not helping them.
You gonna help them?
Yeah. Being a police officer, you can't help people. You just gotta help people to text.
To dress?
Yes. The girl, if they give me a dress, they'll play me. They'll play me. I'm very serious.
Love you, son. You're gonna be all right.
Shout out to Mr. Woodson and his boy. Yeah. It's always dress up time, pre-K, kindergarten, and some first grades, they'll have, the dress up station and things like that. Throughout with our kids, I don't remember any of the boys ever going to want to put on any of the girls' dresses. I've never really seen that happen in my own presence with our children. But you see his whole scenario. It's just one of those days. He want to be a police officer and they want to push a dress on him. And he's like, nah, I'm a man. I don't want to do that. I want to be a police officer. I protect. Like, I'm not with that. Putting on no dress, daddy. Like, and they was trying to get me to do it. I don't want to play like that. So he come home and share with his daddy. It's important to create this type of dialogue because when our children come home, they do have a lot to say. And if they come up in a home where they're not allowed to express that and share their day, they're going to stop. They know that you're not listening, so they're going to stop at some point. Like they learn really quickly. So that kind of dialogue is very important because, they come home with so much detail and you want to believe your child. You want to hear what they're saying. You want to understand what has transpired throughout the day, right? It's important. Shout out to Karma in the building. Welcome, sis. Yeah, sure they ain't like that. Like, I'm not trying to wear no dress. I want to be a police officer or a firefighter. He said, I'm going to have to teach them how to play with me. Don't ask for my help. He said, I'm a man. So, yeah, they had to go and talk about this at the school. Yeah, this is a part 2. Not only was it daddy and granddaddy. Part 2, son's dress at school.
She had an issue up here about my grandson being in a dress. I'm trying to see what the issue is about that.
Okay, you'll have to talk to Dara.
Who's
the
Dara?
Director. She's down in the other classroom.
Is she the one that was in charge of the kids while my grandson?
I was, but I can't talk to you.
Why?
Because you're not on the form. So we'll have to get Dara up here and see if she will let you. Talk to you about it.
First of all, I'm coming down here because we don't do that. The transgender and all that. We don't do that.
I understand. I don't even.
And I don't appreciate you encouraging him to put on no dress for the second day too. I don't appreciate that. And don't think this is going away. I'm going further with this.
Okay, you can go down and talk.
No, I'm not done talking to you. I'm letting you know the next time that you put any kid in a dress, we're gonna make you go viral.
Okay, you need to go talk to my director because I, as a teacher.
No, I'm letting you know I got an issue with you about that. I'm not playing with you.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But you should have called me before you made the decision to put my grandson in a dress.
Okay, you can speak to them.
No, I'm speaking to you.
Please do not talk to me in that tone with my children.
I wouldn't be up here if you wouldn't put my grandson in no dress.
Again.
Well, do what you gotta do.
With Miss
No, I'm taking it up with you.
The lack of accountability, not even an apology. So you don't know what's happening where you take your children. She did not want to hear what he was saying. Got to do more of that. But the only way you can do it is if you are present and your children are telling you what's happening. And you were the one with said child. So, my suggestion to parents is when you fill out these forms where your children are, put people on there. Put more than just, the 2 little slots that they give you. Put these names on there because they have a right to speak for your child, especially grandpa, grandma, people you trust that's around your child that's going to come and advocate and speak for them. Absolutely. Talk to the director. The director wasn't having my child dress up in no goddamn dress. It was you, ma'am. Not even an apology. Because it's some people's mentality to say, well, if a little boy want to put a dress on, just let him put a dress on. No. When they're little like that, no. You don't know what parents are, doing in their home. At least find out if that's something that's okay from that parent. And this parent and grandparent actually coming up to voice their opinion. She did it, but can't speak to him about what she did. Yeah, women are so accountable. Even in the schools. She was not trying to hear any of that. No accountability. Like it's okay. No, some of us don't want our little boys in fucking dresses. If they grow up to be gay, by all means, whatever. But we're not going to encourage that. We're not going to promote that. Because everybody in society ain't okay with that. And that's the last thing I want to do is put my child in jeopardy of getting their ass whooped or beat up because somebody's perception of them. It's the world we live in. It's a real world. So shout out to that father and that grandfather for standing up and protecting their damn child, their legacy. Nobody care about your delusion you want to live in, okay? But the reality for our children, we're going to keep sacred. That's very important. These young little minds, they do not know. Because even that video, that boy ain't going to remember that situation come 15 years later and his father show him, remember this? He ain't going to remember. If he keeps seeing it now, yes. But if he's never seen this video, this memory will probably be not something he remembers. Y'all act like these kids really have consent and know what they're doing. Like they have a memory that, child-led homes. This is what's happening. It's a new society we live in. Our children are suffering from dad attention deficit disorder. It's being called attention ADHD. It's all made up. It's fabricated. It's all opinionated. We can all have them labels. I think I had put it in the, it might be in the back chat, even though ain't nobody back there, but I put the links in there. It might even be in the chat. You can do your own self assessment. They have them online. You can Google it. Do your own self-assessment. They have them. ADHD, PDF form comes up. Score yourself. See if you're on their list. Probably get you some Ritalin or something. But our kids, man, leave them out of that. Just shows people have no discipline, no self-control. And it's showing on our children. Let's get to it. It's estimated that up to 1.7% of the population has an intersex trait that approximately 0.5% of people have clinically identifiable sexual or reproductive variations. Meaning, if you don't know what an intersex person is, it's someone who doesn't have a distinct, defined genitalia. So, and it can look in different ranges. Nobody is exactly the same. You can actually have a fully formed vagina, but miss ovaries and uterus and all the inside parts, and clitoris can look like a penis, and vice versa. You can have a fully formed penis, but also have ovaries but don't have an exit for your vagina. It's a lot. And no one is the same. And they are born 1 in 1,000 genetically, just like redheads, 1 in 1,000. So, this it's just some little facts, some information that I found for y'all. Cause it's running rampant. And I don't want to say it's an epidemic, but the children are so confused. And we have a lot to do with that. Again, we're not present and they're allowed to see and experience so many things that their brains are not ready for, not prepared to understand or comprehend. Yeah, I didn't have anything on. I don't know. I think I hid.
So what's with the child grooming? Nah, I ain't going nowhere. These poor kids deserve better than this. What kind of parent brings their children to an event for men like this? Just paying for them. This is a disgusting display of degeneracy right here in my hometown. This will not be tolerated. It will not go unchecked. Keep the children out of it. Don't you put your hands on them. Boy, I'll out. Come here. Keep the children out of your freak. This is a gut.
If you come back, you're under arrest.
That's fine. You guys should arrest them.
Have a good day. Keep going.
This is state sponsored.
Keep walking.
Yeah, don't just cuss words in front of the kids. You're gonna back the fuck up right now.
Believing in the dead. I believe in the Holy.
Leave my boyfriend a beach ass. Be ashamed of yourself. Oh, I fuck him. Is he a child? No.
Open the fucking car. Open the fucking car.
Your mom's a whore.
Okay, that's fine, but you dance naked in front of little children. Stop.
Do you know you just said wake up? I actually think you parents here need to wake up. This is child grooming what's taking place. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Every single parent in here should be ashamed of yourself for wokeism. It's disgusting. This is child grooming what's going on. Child grooming. Who knows what paedophiles are? Excuse me, what?
Everyone here is an adult entity.
No, listen, you're a child, you're allowing child grooming going place. Don't even think about touching me.
Call them. This is disgusting. What the hell is wrong with you people? These poor children. These poor children. How dare you guys? You're not starting it again. This is over. This is over. It's over forever.
And after going through all of that, both the performer and the staff felt very strong about continuing with the reading event. So they ended up covering up all of the open windows with anything they could find just to help the families feel more comfortable.
And we're going to continue doing what we're doing, and we're going to be visible about it. And if you can't tolerate that, that's not on us. That's on you.
Covering up the windows is being more visual. Children do not need to be in the presence of all that sexuality, because that's what it is. Okay. The shirt said it's not going to lick itself. Our kids in environments with this type of shit on their clothes. Everybody is not, it's not an environment for children. You grown people want to do the drag shows, fine. But when you start introducing it to your children, something's wrong. They already have sense of identity struggle. They don't know who they are. You're creating a dynamic that it's okay. And it's okay for grown people, but for children, it is not. They need to first learn who the fuck they are before they choose to be somebody else in delusion. We create a lot of it. It's one thing to accept it, but just introduce and have it all in your child's face with no dialogue, no discussion about the differences. We've played a video of months ago with a mother who wanted her kids up in the goddamn screen to record them about how they felt about the LGBTQIA. And the kid is sitting there telling the truth, talking about, my mom would disown us. She kind of forced us into this, and she's looking all stupid in the face. Y'all are really putting your children in a horrible situation of confusion. They already going to go through it. Were you not a child? Did you not go through hormonal fluctuations and changes in your body? The breasts, the vagina, the hair, all of it. So we're just adding to it with this confusion. Little babies is sitting in the crowd. Little babies, they think it's clowns. Identity and sexuality, different things. Different things. You're not even teaching that. You're exposing them to so much with no fucking education behind it, no educating behind it for your selfish ass needs. So it's okay. So it's okay for you to live how you want to live, and your children won't judge you. They have an idea. They're going to have their own perception either way. But we're kind of screwing them up. And there's people out there that's fighting against it, walking up in places. Stop this. Oh, reading session with the drag queens. No, fuck that. Somebody read the damn books to the kids. Any parent, raise your hand. Step up. Go read the books to the kids. We don't need to have clowns come in and read books to the kids. It's not okay. And it's not even like they're dressing appropriately. You have on shit that these kids should not be seeing. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Half naked men in all kind of dresses and shit, and their dicks protruding. Are you kidding me? This is okay. Y'all think that's okay? And I hate the whole agenda and all. No, has nothing to do with that. These kids don't need to fucking see all that. They don't understand it. I think everything is okay. Everything is okay. Everything is a go. It's not. How about get rid of the fucking processed food and eating out all the time and include some goddamn strawberries and some fruit and some berries and some bananas and oranges and shit. Fruits and herbs. Teach them how to siphon water. Let's filter some water, y'all. Let's learn how to filter some water. We're choosing the foolishness to teach our damn kids, to introduce them to. They barely know how to tie their fucking shoe, but they learning about drag queens and a sexual identity and shit. Really? That's not grooming? It's absolutely grooming. These men are very flamboyantly dancing. Women too. They touch their body. They grabbing their groins and their breasts and sticking their tongue out and doing all that shit. Like, yeah, no, it's not a place for children. Nah, it's not. And if you think otherwise, you're probably raising a monster. I'm just saying. I'm judging now. That's a judgment. Absolutely. Take that. Children-led homes. Parents need to step your game up. We talk about young parents. Nah, you old bitches is doing it too. You doing it too. I'm not going to blame it on the younger generation. Nah, not going to do that. My mama was a young mama. 17, 3 kids. She didn't do all that foolishness. So I'm not going, that was 40, 50 fucking years ago. So I'm not going to blame the young people. It's some young people who do stand up and take care of their kids and they try to do the right thing. But good Lord, there's no age demographic or fucking race. Crowds of people bringing their children to this type of shit. It's not okay. It's not okay. Yep. Y'all do not know what y'all are creating. And there's so many parents out there who try to provide motivation, positive strategies and tips on how to deal with your children, parenting from married couples who try to come together and parent these kids. Because again, we both come with different ideas. The male perspective and the female perspective coming into raising our children is different. It is different. And they're both needed. So we have to find ways to communicate that and build on that for these children individually, because you got 4. They're 4 different human beings. So, it's on us to pay this much attention to our families. So you don't have enough time to be selfish. You don't have enough time to be, running around and worry about everybody and anybody else outside of your dynamic, your husband, your children. That's where that focus needs to be, especially them kids. Especially in their really early growing stages. They need a lot of both of you. And they need that kindness. They need to see each one teach one. Kindness, love, and abundance. Of course, it's going to be gripes. People are going to argue and shit like that, but keep a cap. Don't let your children grow up in a home where your name calling and wanting to damn near kill each other. And, no. Cap. Learn some damn self-control. How do you expect our children to have self-control if they see us out of control? You ain't got no self-control. The hell make you think your kid gonna go to school and have some control? He see you pop off at the register, coming out the Uber on his pops. I mean, Temperance. Let's try to teach it. Can't expect our children to have it and we don't. It's a fucking shame. Y'all sound crazy. Shame. I've seen you act a fool for the first 6 years of his life and you think he's gonna go to school and be able to control himself? I don't think so. DADD. Dad Attention Deficit Disorder. Look it up. Look it up.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
You do that one more time and I'm gonna throw you across the room.
What's wrong with you, Jess?
No, I don't care because we need to stop coddling women. You see, Ebony said stop coddling men. We need to stop coddling as a woman. We need to stop coddling these women when they are they fall so deep in delusion and then they try to play it on, faith in God. Oh no, my marriage. You're supposed to work at your marriage. You're not supposed to walk away from your husband. God don't want us to be delusionally stupid either.
And that's exactly what we're creating for our kids. Delusionally stupid kids. They delusional as hell. They so confused on what their gender is when they got a penis or a vagina right in between their goddamn legs. They confused as hell, and we are not helping. We are not helping by not being present because this is more present than we are. I say it every time. This is way more present. Your kids enjoy this. When we out and about shopping, kids don't even look around. They're not even paying attention to their fucking environment. They in a cart, big ass kids too, or walking next to the parent, phone in the face. They leading the house. Y'all can't even tell them to put the fucking phone down. They might beat you up. It's a sad day. Stop letting your children lead the house. They pay attention. They pay attention more than you think. That's how they know they can treat your ass like that, because you a sucker on the low. That's what that is. You trying to heal that.
He wrong for that, baby.
But Mark and Jen Watson, they usually have some good parenting tips. They sit down at their table and they have a meal and they kind of build for y'all. Go over and follow. Some people out here that's trying to, assist and showing you that the family dynamic works. But when it comes to parenting, everybody needs some tips. So let's see what they got to say.
You shouldn't be asking your 5-year-old whether or not they want to go to church.
Exactly.
Like they're 5. They don't understand what is going on. You shouldn't be asking them whether or not we should pray today.
Correct. They don't get to say, well, you know what, Mom, today I don't feel like praying. But what I mean by that is they may express that,
right,
but they don't get to allow that thought to be the determining factor as to whether or not we pray.
Come on.
They may say, Mom, I don't feel like praying today. I take those as teachable moments to say, you know what, sometimes Dad and I don't feel like it. But because I am your parent and I know what's best for you, I'm not going to allow your feelings to determine what we're actually going to do.
I'm not going to allow your feelings to dictate what we're going to do. Yeah. Parents, take your house back. Authoritative figures are needed in home, and you can balance that. You can absolutely balance being an authoritative parent, a nurturing parent, but all of it needs structure, discipline, standards, and values. And they need to see us be this way. So y'all check out Mark and Jen Watson. They usually sit down and have some good parenting tips if people need some. I always like to end my stream. I follow a lot of different kind of people. But when I come across, father-son dynamic relationships, and, of course, I got to check the feed out and shit. It seems awesome, and I just want to share with y'all the connection that a father and son has. Let's see what they got. Yeah, no. Dad and son.
You know I love you, right? You my heart, my best friend, my backbone. Me and your mama, we just want you to continue to be the great kid that you're growing to be. Stay out of trouble. Don't do drugs. Don't play with guns. You don't never want for anything. You don't never need for anything. It's going to continue to be that way. All right? I love you. You're my heart. And I wouldn't ask for nothing different than what we already doing, though. So this one for you, all right? I got your back right now. Got you as you move along. Happy to be your father. I will never steer you wrong. I said I'm gonna make sure that we make it. No slacking. I'ma show you greatness. I love you, boy. Love you too.
I mean, love their children, man. I believe that. I believe that. Even how absent my father was, he loved us. He loved us. Some of them are just like women. They're not equipped with the tools to push through and change that, break them cycles. And men are loving. Do you see that love? And I've watched my brothers love up on their children. I have so many brothers with so many children, and I've had the opportunity to see them love up on their children, fight for their children, call and fight over needing to speak to their children. Allow these men to be involved, yo, without needing to coddle your ass. I think a lot of women are just, they don't want me, so that means they don't want the child. That's horrible. And that's delusional. Just because they didn't love you right doesn't mean they won't love that child right. They need to see. Give them the opportunity. I don't know what makes you think you better. It's both. It's two people. Doesn't make you the better parent. Now, if things go wrong and the child is 20-some years old and shit just didn't work out for him, don't fucking blame the father that was absent. He was absent. Why he to blame? You were the one in possession of this child. Speak on this a lot. You had the possession of this child. It was on you. The ball was in your court. Fathers want to be present. Allow them the fucking opportunity. Show the child if they fucked up or not. Of course, we don't want to put our children in situations to get beat up and shit like that, but they all not out here doing that. And then you a fool to have a baby by a nigga who would beat up your kid and that. Accountability, police. He's this, he's that. You fucked him and you had a baby by him. That says accountability. Self-reflection. It's very, very important. The things you hate about a man you birth a child with, so you don't, that energy, you hate that father, you're going to hate that kid. Treat that kid like shit. Point out all the things daddy was, but this child possibly will be. It happens. Negative ass women, horrible ass, unnurturing households. Yeah, there's some. They exist. Gentlemen, want to raise your hand? Because I know it's some out there. One sitting right here on the other side of me. Some of y'all need to be held accountable for your shit.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Kids grow up. That's the thing. I don't think y'all really look as far as into the future as men do, because they grow up. They absolutely grow up. And they have a mind of their damn own, and you might not come on the upper side of that. Because we got women like this. I am not the father.
You really need to adjust your attitude.
For questions or complaints, please contact the manufacturer.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
You do that one more time, and I'm going to throw you across the room.
Not the mama.
Man. Another dad to the rescue. Getting them DNA tests, y'all, behind y'all backs. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Man want to know if it's his child, damn it, shit.
Chocolate baby is? Huh? You do? Well, who is it?
Promote, encourage, and push that shit while your ass in the hospital after you push that baby out. I'm just saying, saves a lot of time and distress on everybody involved, especially the child going their whole life with a daddy that ain't theirs. But you see that father of the said son of that child. Yeah, we're not having that. That ain't your child. Go take that baby to the manufacturer. Take that damn, we ain't raising no kids that ain't ours. And what'd she do? What'd she do? She picked up her phone. I'm gonna call the real daddy.
He wrong for that, baby.
In your face.
And women, ooh, they're horrible. They do that in your face. Ain't even your fucking baby anyway, nigga. It's your cousin. We do some horrible shit. That is the worst, ladies. Men lie. Ooh, they lie a lot. But women tell the worst fucking lies. Like that's your baby. This your baby. Go 30, 40, 50 years. It's your baby. Come to find out it ain't his baby. So shout out to that dad's, the grandpa of that supposedly child, because he said, oh, that ain't your baby? We going to the bitch job, and we're going to take this baby back to its manufacturer. I love it. And guess what she said?
Where the fuck you get off talking to people about me behind my back going over my head?
What people?
What people would you think? I wasn't going to find out?
Shit crazy, yo. So me as a mother, if that was my daughter, like, we got a bill. I need to know, yo, is that the father for real? Like, and if I know my daughter is fucking multiple niggas, like, it's not something I'm just going to sit on. We're not just going to eat that secret. We ain't got to tell them. Like, I don't understand what's going on with y'all. So, you know, I think if there's no shame in the mother's behavior, right, she's not going to correct her child because she doesn't feel guilty about her behavior. But even if you're not that kind of woman, like, are we out here just okay with our daughters telling niggas they the daddy and we don't even know for sure? Because I see a lot of those paternity shows too, and the mother's like, well, she told me. I didn't know. She told me it was him. And then you have some mothers like, well, she told me it was between him and him. Oh my God.
Or their whole phase. My aunt told me, trust me, you're not going to marry that guy. My baby daddy, you should go be a hoe. She was like, you have to go to black.
This is the reflection after. This is what's going to be. Whole phase. All these, I don't know who the daddy is, y'all. It's definitely mama's baby. It's in her belly. You know, once in a while they get switched in the hospital. Once in a while. But mama's baby, papa's maybe. Gentlemen, if you don't keep your seed inside your fucking body and you push it out into somebody else's, stay at the hospital and get the goddamn DNA. Get DNA. Bitch is offended, then she has a problem. That's a problem. I'm married. If my husband asked for a goddamn DNA, I wouldn't even be offended. I would not have been offended. I even asked, nurse, you're going to ask. So to be offended, like it's a nah, I don't trust you type thing. I don't know what kind of relationships you ladies got out there, you know. Shit sound weird to me. But that is absolutely a rule that should be. We do not leave this hospital. I actually had a TikTok of two gentlemen being in the hospital at the same time. In a hospital room, young lady about to have a baby. The administrators wanted to kick the gentleman out, saying they both were, well, women supposed to be four people are allowed in the room at, you know, right? It's just him, a mother, and maybe the other mother. So both the mothers and the gentleman who were the potential fathers. And they wanted to break that up. You see how ignorant we are? Like, at least the knowledge from the hospital, like, it's two possible men. Why not test them right there? Why are we waiting for this bitch to push out this baby? We know it's possibly both of these gentlemen right here. Now we go to this other room. Let's get these swabs. Because when this baby come out, we test it. And within 3 days before this baby leave the hospital, we know who the fucking father is. Because she wasn't embarrassed. She was trying to tell them, like, these are both the potential fathers. And I don't understand why y'all trying to tell them to leave. It's amazing the world we live in. Even when a woman wants to be accountable, y'all try to hide her shit. Or tell one daddy to leave. Wait a minute, we can't have two fathers here. Like, they worried it's going to, she's telling them it's not no conflict. They're both sitting down. It's not going to fight. Like, what's the problem? And it was a problem. So, y'all pay attention. What's going on? But, yeah, we about to get up out of here. I got a couple of tips. The kids are coming up and they need to earn their way in the house. Like, stop just allowing them to not do shit. And, and I'm one of the people, like, again, I like to clean up and straighten in certain order, things I like to do. But when you down it out or you take a job and your children are functional enough to do work around the house, give them chores. Have them earn their money. The little ones, if you allow them to have electronics, they earn their time on the electronics by doing work. Make a chart. So you're going to look at our group page or any page we on, I'm going to post it. I already posted in my story, but make a chart so they can earn some money. Put the fake money in the thing. They can collect their fake money and then it turns into real money at the end of the week. again, and they need to know how these bills are being paid. They don't understand that daddy goes to work and daddy makes a certain amount of salary. And with that salary, daddy has to budget and pay the house, the electricity and all the utilities in the house, the car note, gas, food, phones, cell phone, like all of this stuff. It's all deducted. You sit down and have a budgeting, lesson with these kids. Use fake money, certain scenarios, things they gotta buy. It's always something. The tire blows out, like it's always something. But this is the dynamic we need to create for them so they can see what it's like to be an adult. Because it's not easy. And they think money grow on goddamn trees. Y'all remember money grow on trees. They entitled. They think we owe them something because they were just born type shit. Like, nah. So, I got another young lady you can follow. Her name is Ariel, the underscore, that's supposed to be the underscore Ariel _B. She has a lot of great strategies for homeschooling and any type of lessons for the kids. So check her out.
Anyone else have kids that think money grows on trees? With it being summer break, they want to do something fun every single day, no matter the price. We did not talk about money or finances in my household growing up, and I knew as a mother that was the one thing I wanted to change. I want to see if my kids can balance their life on an average minimum wage income.
We're going to budget money. Easiest way for me to teach it to you is 50, 30, 20. Who knows what that means?
No, I mean adding up money.
Percent of 100?
Deducting?
So if you go out there right now, in Florida, minimum wage is $15 an hour. I gave you a little bit of a boost. $15 an hour is $2,400. But I've given you each $3,000 to pay your bills, to pay for your life, to pay for your fun, to pay for your wants. Now in the blue cup, go ahead and put your rent. Put your rent in the blue cup. You should have a sticker that says rent. How much is the rent, Haley?
$1,200.
That's for a 1-bedroom, 1 bath. That's just for the walls. No lights, no water, no cable. In the clear cup, we're gonna do deductions. Aaron, what's a deduction?
A deduction is like taking away money.
Haley.
Subtraction.
Andre.
Tax, right?
Turo.
Tax.
You can put your taxes in the clear cup. We're gonna do basic tax. 6% is Florida's taxes for sales. We went ahead and took 6% out of your $3,000, which gave us $180. So that's gone before you even get your paycheck.
The government takes your money?
Yes.
How? Well, you don't give it to them.
From your paycheck. They take it electronically before your job pays you.
Is it always the same number of tax or no?
Nope. If you make more money, they take more money. If you make less money, they take less money.
Why? They just want more money?
It's so funny when you talk about finance when they start to learn about taxing and taxation. We always talk about taxation without representation. And we are so horribly taxed. It's just we being robbed, man. But kids need to know this type of stuff. So, it's fun to sit down. It gives you something to do, and something for them to think about. They really don't have no fucking clue. So, let's give them something to think about. We play Monopoly and it's definitely not. And it needs to make sense. Shorty was asking questions. Why? He said, what if I don't? What if I don't pay them? They're like, no, you ain't got no choice. It's coming out off top. So wait a minute, they just take my money I worked hard for? Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And you pay for everything. So let's reverse back to those drag queen story time. Those were all state funded events. This is why they were so pissed. Now you do your own thing. Y'all got your own community event, fine. But when you're using our city and our state money to do this, to indoctrinate our children into a way of thinking, that's a fucking problem. And some people are going to speak up and you better hope it doesn't get dangerous. So, be mindful when you're considering taking your children to these places because it may get dangerous. So now you're not even considering the fucking safety of your children. Let that shit pawn on you. You're taking them to an environment where it might be some protesters. It might be some ignorant people to come out and harm said people. But you got your children out there, a place where they shouldn't fucking be. But then we're mad at them for coming over and, being protesters or whatever the case may be. But I'm just saying. Every place is not safe for your child. Okay. We're not going to the fucking freak fest with our kids on the beach that day. We not going. The bike rally for the whole weekend. Yeah, we're not going to go over there this weekend because, the kids, the children. Where we not going? We're not going to take the kids over there because, they shoot up at that park. So we're not going to go over there. I don't care what type of fucking event it is. Sometimes you have to sit your ass down and don't be included in some shit for the sake of your children. So now that we know that there are people out there who are attempting to stop these types of events, don't take your fucking children. Lead them somewhere else. Go and enjoy the drag queens. Go and enjoy, please. By all means, I have as well, but I would never have taken my children. You're not doing that. But my girl got some more budgeting. Let's go back
need to
Ariel
Google
real
the
quick.
average water bill or average light bill in an apartment for 30 days.
How long are you leaving your lights on?
Well, all of our lights are on in here and you guys don't seem to mind.
This is my baby.
Are you stressed out? How you doing, Aaron?
As good as I could get. What's the food bill?
Food bill would be for you. So what's a meal that you like to eat?
I like to eat everything.
Everything will be a lot. You got to stay in budget. Say the average takeout meal is $20. So 20 times 3 times 30. Because you have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then 30 days out of the month.
60.
60 a day times 30.
1,800.
Do you have enough to eat?
Nope. My budget is 810.
How do you feel about that?
That's too much money, actually.
How you going to feed yourself?
I just won't eat lunch. I'll just eat a big breakfast. I probably won't eat breakfast.
So what are you going to eat?
Nothing. I'll eat dinner.
So you eat dinner every day, no breakfast, no lunch to stay in budget?
No breakfast, no lunch. If I'm on my phone and stuff.
You're at work. You're at work.
And I work all day and stuff. It'll keep me busy.
Stressed over there, Haley?
Plus 100.
Sarah, how's your life looking?
Good.
How many bills you got filled out?
0.
I got $11 left. I ain't gonna lie.
For a fat person, he eats $200.
Groceries.
Shit, I put $200 for me.
That's cheap. Said they wanted to eat out. $250. One person is average.
I can't do all of this, and I'm only at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do you still have $11 left, Dre? I have 0. I might just be homeless and beg people to give me some money.
Terrell, don't settle to be homeless.
So
Figure out a way.
That's right, baby. Don't settle to be homeless. You figure out a way. We got to give them room to figure out a way. They don't know. And if they don't like our way, they're not going to follow our way. I don't care how good we think we modeled. If they don't like our way, they're not going to follow our way, goddamn shit. That is what it is. They're their own human, and when they have the will and the right to do them, they will. Oh, they will. You just got to hope and pray that you have instilled some, goodness, kindness, inspiration for them to know that life is about growth and development and prosperity. They should push forward, educating themselves and trying to be a good person. But, again, we're all humans. Nobody's perfect. But we can absolutely, gain some more skills to help our kids, because a lot of our parents, nothing comes with a book, right? None of this comes with a book. Each child is different, and trying to raise them together with another person, got to have an open dialogue, got to be able to communicate, what we feel is best for the children. And ladies, your ideas and is not always the best, and you have to consider that. There is a paternal side, and they have some good shit. They really do have some good ideas. Like, they have some good love. They have some good stuff to give. Allow them to give it. And if your relationship is not current and you guys are not together, allow them the space to love up on their child. Allow them. At least try. Don't prevent it. We're going to end this with kindness, man. This is I always say, my husband used to say, you're not just kind for selfless reasons. I actually get probably a high off of it. And it's called, oxytocin. Yeah. It kind of relieves a certain chemical in your brain, and, it's kind of a drug. So it can be contagious. Kindness can be contagious. So I came across this video, and I'm going to end my stream with this.
This acts of generosity is how simple it is to make people feel good. I was walking down the streets of New York City, and a guy walking in front of me, his backpack opened and a bunch of paper fell out on the street. I didn't think much of it. I bent down, I gathered up the papers, handed them back to him, and pointed out that his bag had opened. Now, in our bodies, there's a chemical called oxytocin. Oxytocin is responsible for all the warm and fuzzies, unicorns and rainbows. It's responsible for all the warm feelings and connectedness we have with each other. Friendship, love. Huge amounts of oxytocin surge through a woman's body as she gives birth. This is what is responsible for the mother-child bond. Oxytocin binds human beings. There are many ways to get oxytocin. One of them is acts of kindness and acts of generosity. It feels good when we do something nice for someone. It feels good when someone does something nice for us. On this particular day, I did something for someone with no expectation of anything in return. I got a little surge of oxytocin. I felt good. He turned to me and he said, "Thank you. It feels nice when someone does something for us with no expectation of anything in return." He felt good. I walked to the end of the street. I'm waiting to cross the street. And a total stranger who happened to be standing next to me said, "I saw what you did back there. That was really cool." As it turns out, witnessing an act of generosity releases oxytocin, and he felt good. And the best part about oxytocin is the more oxytocin we have in our bodies, the more generous we become. It is Mother Nature's way of trying desperately to get us to look after each other. I can guarantee you that that man who witnessed what I did something nice for somebody that day simply because he saw someone do something nice for somebody that day. So what if we commit to do something nice for someone with no expectation of anything in return? Imagine what happens at work. Imagine what happens at home. Imagine what happens with our friends. But it must be genuine.
Everybody's invited to the kindness party. One act of kindness absolutely can infect the room. It can affect the society, y'all. So we don't just say it to say it. Absolutely should be kind to someone else. That's not you. Mother Nature, you know, that oxytocin is something unique. I like it. Something we've always taught here in abundance, you know, and not just taught, modeled it. They've watched us show an abundance of kindness to strangers, to people who otherwise wouldn't receive that type of kindness. Bums, homeless people, people who have special needs and look funny or look, you know, deformed to us. And we exclude them as far as human. So they've seen it in abundance. And again, and for it to be real and genuine is important. So let's get back to there, man. We gotta, you know, the universe is talking to us, y'all. And if we don't listen, it's gonna attack. Y'all see these trees? Y'all better pay attention. All right, you guys have a great week, and I hope I've set you on a kindness inspiration for the week. Help out somebody when you can, and don't overextend yourself to put yourself in harm's way, gentlemen. Because if you looked at the beginning of the show, y'all are out here protecting. I see a lot of y'all jumping to the rescue, and I pray for, you know, you guys' safety when you're encountering any type of situation that you didn't start, but you're willing to jeopardize your life for someone else. So when you ladies are talking about y'all ain't protected out here, you might want to consider the company that you're keeping. Until then, we'll see you Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. My mama on her way. Peace out.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I'm Paul Stanley of KISS. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Everything in creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant frequencies. Everything in creation and in physical form has its own fundamental resonant frequencies.